Hi, my name is Carissa Laffey. Today I will be showing you an activity that will utilize the oak motte on the Bolivar Habitat Preserve. Land art is an activity that's designed for 6th through 8th grade and is best done during the winter. For land art, you will need found objects from the environment classified in categories of mineral, vegetation, or animal, twine if needed, and team effort and coordinators. This activity is mostly conducted in the oak motte, but you can also take your students to the beach as well. Just make sure that your students are out of the way of the tide and also vehicles traveling.
Land art involves creating sculpture within a landscape using the natural materials immediately at hand and the chance conditions of placement, time, weather, and season. Andy Goldsworthy, the contemporary British land artist, creates arches, circles, columns, domes, holes, lines, spheres, spirals, and spires, all fashioned from found natural objects lying about. His natural sculptures are powerful expressions of the patterns and rhythms found in nature. They are attempts to understand the purpose of sculpture and, through it, the purposes of nature itself. The following activity involves whole class participation. Some classmates will scavenge for rocks and stones, while others collect dead branches found lying on the ground. Others will gather leaves, twigs, feathers, and any other natural object that has fallen. Do not harvest anything still living. After gathering interesting natural objects, place them in categories of mineral, vegetation, or animal. Decide as a whole group upon a sculptural composition using these found objects. Will you create a twig shelter for groupings of stacked and balanced stones? Is it possible to suspend or connect your found objects together with twine? How will your composition change given a heavy rain or tropical storm? How will the passing seasons affect a change?
Your students will be learning the skills of creating large-scale art and doing it as a collaborative effort. Your students' ephemeral art is art that can't be bought, sold, or traded, and it's also not permanent. Some of your students might struggle with the fact that their art will not be there forever. But you can encourage your students by showing them that their art, while it may degrade over time, is returning back to the natural environment where they took it from. Land art is an activity that's relevant for all ages. For older students, you can give them more time to plan their composition and also ask them to have a theme or meaning behind their art piece. Close your lesson by discussing with your students what other types of ephemeral art there are. There isn't only land art. Sometimes ice sculptures, sand castles, culinary art, and other things can be ephemeral. What are some other examples that they can come up with? As a follow-up activity, you can have your students document the process of degradation of their art piece. Their pictures can be taken every week or every month depending on how structurally sound their art piece is. Then you can have your students write a short essay about what they noticed as their art piece was returning back to the natural environment.